Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is LouAnn. Welcome to my kitchen. I got a coffee brewing. First gallon jug of sweet iced tea back there in the icebox. Feel free to help yourself. What am I bringing you for you today? I'm bringing you something I've never made. And while I've sort of kind of made it, sort of kind of not, I'm going to add an ingredient to it. I have some pineapple that is getting ready to go out of date. And I have some jalapenos that need to be done because I got a great sale, 2 for $5, and I used the broccoli, and I decided I'd do some jalapenos because over there on my other channel is Chili Fest. So I am going to make some jalapeno pineapple jam jelly. I'm not going to drain it. I'm going to get out my mini chopper, and I'm going to do two, maybe three, and get a half a cup of these. And then we will get, hold on a second. I do have some crushed pineapple, and I'm going to kind of drain some of that, try to drain it, and then add that to it and the other ingredients, the sugar and the lime juice, and we'll see how that goes. I only got about 9 half pints, so this is kind of an experiment, so we'll see how this goes. So let me go jump in there and let me show you how to do this. First off, I have washed my jalapenos out, and I'm going to cut the top off and split them down the middle and de-seed them because, I like to have a little bit of seed, but not a whole lot. So I am going to be working up these jalapenos today. At least some of them, if I don't get probably these 3, maybe 2. It all depends on how much is a half a cup. And then the rest of it, I will probably make cowgirl candy with pineapple in it. But hopefully, either that or I'll slice it up and I'll make pickled jalapenos, which I've never made. So I'm going to get busy in doing that. And then this also, the recipe I'm coming from also uses green pepper, but instead of the green pepper, we're going to use some crushed pineapple. A half a cup of it. We'll see how this goes. So let me get to chopping and bring you back when I got everything in the pot. So I have 2 cups of 3 cups of sugar in here, a half a cup of apple cider vinegar. I did do a half a cup of diced jalapenos, and about a cup of pineapple, crushed pineapple. This is going to be a jam. And I do have, pretty soon, I got to bring this to a rolling boil, and then we will be adding 2 tablespoons of lime juice and a packet of pectin. So I'm going to get this coming to a boil. I already got my jars washed, however you want to say it, but we need to bring this to a boil, and then we will be adding the lime juice and the pectin. I need to add my lime juice, and it does call for a liquid pectin. I don't have liquid pectin, so I'm going to use the dry. And I buy my pectin in bulk at a local Amish store. So I'm going to stir this. And then we are going to stir that pectin in. And then we will be bringing it to a full rolling boil and let it boil for 1 full minute. So let me get all this pectin stirred. And I have tried it, y'all. This is good stuff. It has a little sweet and it has a little heat. So I'm going to call it, this is my own, I don't know if there's a recipe out there like that for this, but this is a jalapeno pineapple jam. So hopefully people like their jelly jams a little spicy. You may even, oh, we're back to roll and boil, so we got to boil it for 1 minute. Oh, let it boil full roll, and if I wanted to, I could scrape that foam off, but I'm not going to. So we got to let this boil for 1 minute and then put it in our clean jars, which I'm putting it in half pints. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and stir this. I don't want it getting overzealous on me. So I guess the rest of the jalapenos I will have to slice up and put it in the fridge because I need to get some more ingredients for the pickled jalapenos. And besides, wash my pans. So that is my goal today, is to get the jalapenos took care of. And the pickled jalapenos, I gotta make sure I got all my spices and make sure I got enough half pints to put them in there. So that is it. So now we need to put them in our jars. Recipe I'm following does not do it for the canning issues of it, but I am going to can this. I'm going to let it boil in the water bath for about 10 minutes, give or take a minute or two, but that is what I'm doing. So I'm going to make some pineapple jalapeno jam or salsa like stuff. Now to slice the rest of these jalapenos. That only used 2 jalapenos to get a half a cup. So I'm going to go ahead and get these sliced up, and I may put these in the freezer and then add it to soups and stuff. So that is what I'm going to be working on next. And be sure when you're cutting any kind of hot pepper, make sure you have gloves on. So I got all my peppers sliced into 4 half pints. I got a cup and a half of water, a cup and a half of white vinegar, and about a teaspoon of salt. I didn't use canning salt, but it is what it is. Now let's move over here. I need to I got all my I need to get the vinegar, white vinegar and salt mixture, water mixture boiling, and then we will be putting it in our jars. I need to add about a half a teaspoon of garlic to these. It does say to add a bay leaf. I may put a little bit of a bay leaf in each one. We need a half-inch space. I got these kind of packed tight. So it is what it is. We'll see how this goes. And then if the canner is not boiling, because I got the pineapple jalapeno jelly in there, oh well, jam, whatever you want to call it. I might just turn that off and get it all together. And so now we wait for the white vinegar mixture to boil, and then we will be pouring it in there, half an inch space, and then we will have us some pickled jalapenos. It's at a full rolling boil. I'm going to put my timer on for 10 minutes. And then we will be having some pickled jalapenos and an experiment that I'm doing with crushed pineapple. So it was at a full rolling boil. I got my timer on. I know it could use a little bit better boiling. I will probably add a couple of minutes to my timer and then let it boil for 10 minutes.